So I'm a singer of a metal band called Hand of Juno. I also have another band, Metaphoric Mind. But as of right now, Hand of Juno is my biggest project. So it's a metal band from Italy, and we just released our first four singles, and we just started um, to do some live shows. So yeah, that's me.
I see. So let's start it with Hand of Juno, since you mentioned also you are doing bigger projects there. So first thing we notice about your band is about that song Psychotic Banana.
Mm-hmm.
So whose idea was that?
So Ellie composed the instrumental part of Psychotic Banana. Then I composed the lyrics, and yeah, it's a really bizarre song. We also did a really freak video, and the whole song is it talks about addictions, but I wanted to address addictions in a funny, lighter way, with this metaphor of the psychotic banana.
So how is it related, addiction, to these bananas that you had?
Yeah, it's not actually related at all, but it's just a metaphor. So the banana represents all kinds of addictions like alcohol, drugs, religions, everything.
I see. And how did you decide that it should be Psychotic Banana exactly? Oh, where?
I don't remember actually, but it just popped in my mind searching on Google, doing some strange research, and I came up with the banana idea because um, it's a fruit that we all eat, and I don't know, it's yellow, it's fun, it's yeah.
So it had nothing to do with the erotic side of it.
No, it didn't have anything to do with that, but it turned out to be something to yeah, something that's also related to addictions. You can have sex addiction as well, so yeah.
Exactly. So in general, why addiction was interesting for you guys? Of course, this is an interesting topic, and it's also a big problem that many people are suffering from it for different reasons.
Yeah.
So, did you personally had kind of experience with that, or you did see it in front of you?
Yeah, I chose this topic because I think that we are used to, we think that addictions is mainly alcohol and drugs, but we experience addiction every day, like cell phone addictions, social addictions, and also relationship addictions. I experienced one, and it's not fun. It's not really funny at all. So, I mean, it's to open people's mind to realize that addictions is not just drugs and alcohol. It's a lot more.
So what do you mean by relation addiction? It means that someone being with someone in a relation, they cannot just leave it.
Yeah, even if it hurts, even if it doesn't feel right, but you can't really get out of the relationship.
I see. And in your songs, you mentioned about, for example, destroy the line, rebuild the line. Which line we are talking about? What's that line about?
Yeah, the concept of those two songs is actually originated by Ellie, because she wrote the first song, "We Built a Line," and she thought about this imaginary line that divides people and creates an obstacle for those people to communicate. And maybe we all have some ideas that we cannot talk through. We cannot really change minds. So that is the whole concept, and maybe we built the line also to protect ourselves, to and Destroy the Line is a song about change, is a song that invites people to destroy the line that they built. So it's
So you destroy and you build right after it.
yeah, we built and then
Awesome.
we destroy.
Sometimes
Yeah.
destroy. Yes. It's
Yeah,
a circle.
I know that Destroy the Line is actually the first song that no, it's the second song, but it was released before We Built the Line, but originally We Built the Line should be listened before Destroy the Line. Yeah.
I see. But still, if you look at it also this way, like this is like a circle.
Yeah.
You destroy and build and again destroy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a cool concept. And especially I noticed that those songs were very powerful. And as I'm not mistaken, Ellie initiates them, and then you are just inserting lyrics and you evolve it. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, Ellie originated those songs, those concepts, and then I worked on the vocal lines and I developed the lyrics. I made some changes. Destroy the Line was almost entirely written by me, and We Feel the Line was almost entirely written by Ellie. So it's a balanced thing.
I see. And since the time you released Right Now song, do you think how you have changed and evolved yourself as a vocalist since that time?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I changed a lot, and
because it's obvious. It's also obvious.
Yeah, I'm still changing every day. Every day is a chance to learn something new, and I really like to put what I learn inside my songs.
I see. And speaking of Hand of Juno, I noticed that there have been so many changes during past years.
Yeah.
And even from Killing Baudelaire to be Hand of Juno, so many changes. So how the band cope with that?
Yeah, we cope because me and Ellie did everything from the start of Hand of Juno. So Ellie is in charge of composition, of organizing things, and I am in charge of vocal lines, lyrics, and graphics, everything. We actually worked almost entirely in two, so those changes won't affect our music. So we worked that way, and we're really sorry actually that that our lineup made so much changes, because it's not helpful for our band. Like it's not good to experience all these changes every time. It feels like starting every time from scratch, but we will keep going because we always did everything in two. So
yeah, I really respect that, because it's not hard thing to just stick with your band and try to progress, because you guys also doing worthy songs, and we really appreciate that. And it's happening through so many changes. That's why it's always interesting for me. And how also I have so high respect for Ellie, especially because how she survived through all this and tried to have an Italian band. So it was very interesting for me personally. And I remember that time when they had this, you guys had this transition from Killing Baudelaire to Hand of Juno. I even suggested that time Alice about the vocalist. I suggested some vocalist from Germany, but I'm happy that it turned out to be you as the vocalist, because you guys are now at least in the same country. It would be so hard to collaborate. So at the moment you are dealing with two different bands, and how is it hard for you, for example, to just be a vocalist of two bands, or you can handle it?
yeah, I mean, it's complicated, but I think that it's doable for me right now because um, they're not big projects, so I can still handle you know, with Metaphoric Mind, we are in the writing process. We are preparing some demos. So, and with Hand Juno, we are working to release our first album. So we are in two different phases. So I can fit them together, and yeah, it's doable for me right now. But
Yeah,
it's not easy, of course.
yeah, I think I don't know the exact reason that why Alice left the band, and you guys actually decided together. It's not like she just left, and we can talk about it, by the way. But I noticed that the other project she has in Infected Rain is so big,
Yeah.
and as you mentioned, for you at this stage it's manageable, but for Alice, I think it was so hard at the
Yeah,
last stages, right?
yeah. I mean, it was a really big opportunity for her, and but yeah, Infected Rains are big, so they tour a lot, and she's on tour almost all the year. So yeah, it's really hard, and we needed for Hand of Juno someone that you know it kind of prioritize the project, because we are in an initial phase, in an initial stage, and we require a lot of presence, work, so it wasn't doable anymore.
Yes, and also Ellie joined us. Hey, Ellie,
Hi,
welcome.
Ellie.
And by the way, I've been talking with so many members from your band and those who are related, like Lena Scissorhand and also Alice Martina when she was in Killing Baudelaire. Never happened to talk with Ellie. I hope someday also we can have a talk, because I didn't have surprisingly any talk with drummers before. That would be very interesting
Yeah,
for me.
she's
So
great.
yes.
She is actually one of my favorite drummer. Yeah, I mean, she on the stage she hits the drums so hard, it gets always in my ears so much. I always end up being deaf.
Yeah, that would be a tricky instrument to choose. I remember first time I wanted to choose exactly, I wanted to play drum, but the thing was that I was thinking exactly about the noises in the apartment, so there would be
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
complaints.
Neighbors are not happy.
Yeah, Jason actually mentioned something interesting. He said that perhaps one day Infected Rain will have you open for them. But
Yeah.
yes, beside that, I was thinking, just it came to my mind. Let's say, for example, it will be such an opportunity for one of you guys to join Infected Rain in the future, either you and Ellie. Then how would you react to that?
No, I think for me it's it's like an impossible opportunity, but it wouldn't feel okay for me to leave Hand of Juno, because I put so much effort and so much of myself in this project. So it doesn't feel right to think about it. So
Yeah,
I think
yes, it's
yeah,
tricky. It would be a pity also, because it will be the end of the band in that scenario. What
yeah.
we, as fans, we really want to see, for example, is exactly you guys will have a kind of collaboration in tours. Would it be a possibility for that?
I don't know. I mean, it can be a possibility, yeah. And I mean, I hope, but we don't know.
Yes, and also Ellie thanking you. I see in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for sharing the comments. I'm trying to also select interesting ones for Melissa. So if you have also any question from Melissa and about her bands, please do share. And okay, what about the future projects about Hand of Juno? What are you guys cooking at the moment?
So we are preparing the album for the release. We still don't know when it's going to happen, but probably after summer or autumn. but surely in 2024. So we are preparing the release of the album, and we are also preparing other shows. We will be playing at Astra Kulturhaus on May the 4th at the Out of Line Weekender Festival in Berlin. So our next show will be there.
And your recent show also was in Germany, right?
Yeah, we went to Wiesloch and also to Le Havre in France. And it was like a mini tour of 2 days, and we really had so much fun. We had also our session guitarist and bassist, and we really had fun, yeah, during those 2 days.
And how are you going to cope with Alice not to be a member of the band? I know that Ellie and you already composed the songs yourselves. I mean, most of them you do it without getting help from the bassist, for example. But from now on, how are you going to cope with that? Because, you know, personally, that's how I got introduced to your band. First time, Killing Baudelaire. Like I saw the cover, interesting cover that Alice had on YouTube. And that's how I got interested to see what she's doing. We talked, and also I understood she's in Killing Baudelaire. Then I got introduced to your Italian band. But after this, how are you going to compensate it? Because that's not an easy thing, I think.
Yeah, we will be continuing as a duo, so we're not replacing her. We will be just Ellie and me. And the album we will release will contain the bass recorded by Alice, but we will not be represented by the trio image of us. So we will be just me and Ellie, and that's how things will go.
I see. So at this stage, at least you don't think about, you want to try to find your line somehow in this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your path.
Yeah, we will just continue as a duo because it doesn't really feel right to replace another member in so little time space, you know.
Yeah, also, you know, automatically fans start to compare, and that's not what you need at this stage. So,
no. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good idea. So about Metaphoric Mind Band, and what are the differences between Hand of Juno and Metaphoric Band for you? What are the challenges there, which is different?
Well, the projects are a really different genre. So with Metaphoric Mind, we are doing a gent progressive metal.
Kind of industrial metal, right?
What?
In Hand of Juno.
Yes.
Industrial metal.
Yes, and you know, it's a more electronic industrial metalcore. They are really different, and I don't know if you listened our songs, but
Sure.
I mean, you can hear it. You can
So
hear
also
it.
I see traces of black death metal also inside them.
Yeah, also there are a lot of influences. So what I think that it makes me actually, it makes a lot easier for me to work on these two projects at the same time, because they are different. So I mean, I can experiment a lot in both of them, but in a different way.
Yes,
Also,
that's exactly the advantage. It would be so interesting, you know, to be to have this opportunity to experience from both of the bands. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But how do you manage your time in general? I mean, for example, you spend more of your time with Hand of Juno, and then sometimes you join the other band, or how do you manage that?
So I live far from both of the the projects. So I live like 3 hours from Ellie and 3 hours from Metaphoric Mind, which is in my hometown in Tuscany. So thanks to internet, I can manage working from from home here in north of Italy, and it's actually possible to do this. But of course, at this stage, I spend a lot more time doing Hand of Juno stuff, because also we signed with a label, so it's it's a bigger thing in general. I have some deadlines, and so I really need to respect that. So like 70% of my time is Hand of Juno, maybe also 80-90% some days, and the other Metaphoric Mind. And I also have to leave my life, so it's not easy at all.
Yes, to do this juggling at the same time, doing so many things.
Yeah.
And okay, so we mentioned about Metaphoric Mind. So what's the next plan for that band? I mean, because it's been a while, like for 1 year, you guys been silent for that music.
Yeah, it's we were writing our next songs, and we are in the process of recording the pre-production, some demos to do some label research, and hopefully find a label or someone that will promote and publish our songs. And yeah, so we are actually at this stage. We are producing our next album. Yeah.
Great, that's really good to hear. What's your favorite song in Metaphoric Mind? For example, for me, it's Tree of Lies. But what about you?
Yeah, I noticed that people tend to choose Tree of Lies as a favorite song, but my favorite song is actually El Ciel, because it really means a lot to me, and it's
So
also inspired.
You wrote the lyrics,
Yeah,
right, for that song?
I write all the lyrics and vocal lines for Metaphoric Mind. Yeah.
That's great. And I heard in one of your interviews that actually from childhood you were active with music, and first instrument you tried was piano.
Yeah.
Are you playing still or not?
I studied piano since when I was 6 years old to like 10, 11-year old, and I still can play piano. I remember how to how to play piano, but I'm not a professional. But yeah, I can also play and sing at the same time. It's an option.
How about playing keyboard?
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that too. So
Yeah.
in one of your maybe music videos, we can see something like that. It would be
it's an option. Yeah, I thought about it. Yeah.
That would be interesting. So something not related to music. You were born in Florence, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
right?
near Florence. Yeah.
So in general, what do you like and dislike about Italy?
Oh my God. So I love the way people live in Italy. It's the Italian way of living. It's something that that's unique, and it really makes me happy to go outside and see those beautiful places, and to be surrounded by arts, and yeah, it's good food, nice people, but the thing that I hate the most is that Italy doesn't offer a lot for young people, and our government doesn't seem to be bothered by young people not having opportunities. So actually, young people are like leaving Italy for this.
So what things, for example, you think should be more in Italy that is not there now for young people?
More probably respect for our for our study, like we study a lot compared to other countries. It's really hard for us, but we are not we're not given the opportunity to work on our field, and we're also not being we're not paid as much as the life cost is here. So you know, there isn't a balance between the life cost and then the pay that you receive. So it's kind of frustrating because the country is beautiful, and you know, it's a pity, really.
Yes, that's true. Actually, unfortunately, in most of countries, we have the same problem now these days. Now I'm in Cyprus, and this is also even worse here in Cyprus. But I understand what you mean. Again, for Italy, I know so many students who went there, but as soon as they got graduated, they left Italy because
Yeah,
of the same reason.
yeah, it's the best thing to do because I mean, our degrees are really valued a lot outside Italy. So that's the only opportunity you get.
And for you mentioned about studying, so what did you want to study, for example, in universities there?
So
Music or something else?
I I studied history of art, and yeah, it's like the more logic thing you tend to associate to Italy, you know, history of art. So I studied history of art in Florence, and I still have to graduate. It's not easy doing all of these things in music, and it's not really easy to balance my music career to my academic career. But I'm really I'm trying to manage all of these.
Yeah, it's not easy thing. If having one of even these music bands for so many people, it's just full-time job. I don't know
Yeah.
how you are doing that. And by the way, we have a fun challenge on our page named Crazy Eyebrow. We try to lift one eyebrow up and keep one down.
Mhm.
Can you do that? Huh? That's good. What
But
about the other one?
no, it's not working. No, it's not working the other way. I'm sorry.
That was good. And so, Melissa, I wish you and your music band the best. I know you guys have a bright future indeed, but I know that you guys went through so many changes, so many challenges, and but I'm still sure that you guys will find your path because you did already so many interesting songs. I know that many of the fans agree with me because even those guys who even know your band through Infected Rain, they say that we got surprised that we got so interested in what you have been doing. So I really wish you the best. Is there something you want to add to the viewers?
No, nothing. I just want to thank you all the people that watched us, and that's it.
Thank you so much for giving time
Hope to see you
and joining the show today. I really appreciate it.
soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, guys. See you. Bye.